If you want to date women or you are currently dating a woman, do not click off this video. One of the biggest lessons that you will learn when you have had a reasonable amount of experience with women, which involves sleeping around, dates, girlfriends, flings, situationships, whatever it is, there are certain truths that you will come to learn. And one of the biggest truths is that men and women, they are not the same. Men and women do not play by the same set of rules. Men and women are not held to the same standard. If women are playing netball, men are playing football. The most common thing that I've experienced and observed when it comes to relationships, and the reason why they break down, is disrespect. He disrespects her, she disrespects him, boundaries weren't set in place, they fall out, the relationship breaks down. Now, while men definitely do disrespectful things, the dynamic is changing. The group of men who do these disrespectful things is getting smaller and smaller. And why is this? Because it's getting harder and harder for men to find women to date. So of course, when there's demand but not enough supply, those men aren't going to do things that would jeopardize that relationship, because that relationship guarantees them intimacy and sex. And this is important for several reasons. The main reason why this is important is because with men having far fewer options, they are now tolerating worse and worse behavior from females. And whether or not you've acknowledged it, I see this every fucking day. Whether it's in the gym, in a couple, he's trailing behind her, she confidently walks off, gazing around the gym, looking at other guys, giving them eye contact whilst he follows behind. Ooh, slow down, ooh, I'm sorry. Or she's posting thirst traps on Instagram. You have a look through her Instagram, there's not one photo of him. You go through her Instagram, you scroll down 3 years ago, there's one photo of him, 1,000 thirst traps that she has on there. You click on his profile, and what do you see? Photo of them two, photo of her. Do you see the issue and what I'm getting at? Women run passive game. This means that they won't necessarily approach men, but they'll put themselves in situations where they can be approached by men, i.e. clubs. They won't directly DM a man, but they'll post a picture that will lure him in to then DM her. Passive game. But mainstream media doesn't want you to know this. Men are salesmen, women are marketers, but most guys are too naive, too idealistic to know the difference between these two things. In a committed relationship, a man should stop pitching. He should stop messaging girls, approaching girls, looking at girls. This is very well known, and this is one of the first boundaries that's probably set in a relationship. But then what is expected of her? A woman should stop advertising herself to the world. This is a fair proposition, but most men are fooled into thinking that just because their partner isn't starting conversations, isn't approaching men, isn't initiating things, they're fooled into thinking that this means that everything is good, but she was never initiating conversations. That is not how she operates. So with this, you must know that men and women utilize different strategies to essentially get the same outcome. So picture this. You've entered a relationship. You've stopped talking to women. You've stopped DMing them. You've stopped approaching them. You've stopped giving them eye contact, and you've lost your edge. You've gone soft, but she never stopped putting herself out there. She never stopped taking photos. She never stopped uploading stories. She never stopped signaling that she was available and on the market. And that is exactly how she was able to replace you so easily, if she hasn't done already, because she never stopped the marketing. She was generating leads the entire time. You just didn't see it. If you are in a relationship or your goal is to be in one, you must understand that men and women do not play by the same set of rules. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that she can do something, because it is not the same thing. You having an active Instagram is nowhere near the same as her having an active Instagram, because it will always stand that a woman's game is simply existing. And if you're in a relationship and your partner's currently doing this, uploading inappropriate photos, thirst traps, maybe even just normal photos of herself smiling, that is her testing the waters. That is her seeing who's out there. That is her seeing who's going to like her photo, inbox her, DM her, see who's actually interested. Why would she do that? To see who would be a suitable replacement for when you fuck up, for when she finally loses interest, for when she finally gets the balls to cut things off and tell you that you're a great person, but this is just not the right time for me. I need time to focus on myself, to go away, work on me. The media lies to us. Social media lies to us. Do not be fooled into thinking that Instagram isn't the world's biggest dating app. And if you want a successful relationship, your partner cannot have a public profile. Your partner cannot have a ton of guys on her profile. She cannot be posting a ton of photos. There needs to be very strict boundaries put in place in your relationship. Otherwise, you are entering into a battle with no armor, no weapons, fighting against an army equipped with the greatest armor and weaponry that someone can have. And if all of this is news to you and you've just had some massive revelation from a past relationship, from a current one, from the way you act, book a free one-to-one call with me in my description below and we will talk.